10 from the 20. From the gun, it's Hurts. And it will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
All wide open, complete. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up. And we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Throwing is Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
The second down pass. Intercepted.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Williams is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
On play action, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit it into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7.
Eagles 22.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
It's a gain of 7.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Now inside the 25. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Cowboys defense has a touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the third quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in position to win.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead now up to 14.
22. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
I said I'm good. I'm gamble, bro.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Picked up by Savon Revel. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked up.
Eagles 27-yard line.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now a three-point swing right there.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Three quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are...
It's a stadium so... contest between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And here we go from AT&T Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Opening play, and Dak's going to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Dak. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Steelers get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 43.
50. Hey, you block over here. No. 319. Yeah, Liz. 319.
Now running for the first time to Jalen Warren. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
By DeMarvion Overshown. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd down, Warren. And this is looking familiar, partner. He's dropped for a loss again. And it's going to be 3rd down.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run, well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Throwing for the back of the end zone. He's got it in the end zone, but he can't get the feet down. Oh, that throw just took him a little bit too far, Brock. That's going to be incomplete.
He was defended by
Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here.
319. Easy. Look at this.
4th down now, Rodgers. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Offense to the line fast.
a 3-yard pickup. Brings up
Dak
2nd
out of the
and
pistol.
7.
Down the field, he's got Lamb. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line.
A gain of
Give him 24 yards on that one. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard
Straight
line.
ahead and Williams. Doesn't get much beyond the line. A yard at most. Derek Harmon, the former Oregon Duck, making that stop.
46.
2 yards on the pickup.
Off the play fake, hits Prescott. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
26.
No throw, 3rd and long. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's the exact opposite of what this offense needed. They now face 4th down. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to give them their first points of the ballgame.
Steelers, nothing.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
kick this one away. Johnson with a return here. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Hey, 88. No, no. Green idea.
Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Offense in the hurry up here.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
26. Hey, take 26.
Brings up second.
Looking out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. That's to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. Ooh, they're on that one. Second down's going to end up in a loss of yards. Offense in the hurry up here. Rodgers going to throw here. 3rd down. Throw left side finds Freiermuth. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
And the Steelers first down.
From the gun, give to Gainwell. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Kenny Gainwell.
The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Savon Rebel on the tackle. A gain of 4.
Rodgers from the gun.
Second and 6.
Sends this to the end zone. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
And he has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers pull ahead 6-3 in the first. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Wow, just perfect execution there, Brock. Nailing the fade for 6.
Yeah, when it comes to the fade route, it really is all about timing, and as you said, the execution of it. You have to have the matchup first, but then you need to go connect. A great play.
The kick
That
is
one
good.
right down the middle.
Makes the
And the
score
Steelers take a 4-point
7.
lead.
Cowboys 3. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Intended for
I love that.
Jefferson.
No, I love that defensively right there. It's about the only thing you could do to the tight ends at this level. You have got to disrupt them. You have got to match their physicality with even more physicality, and it forces an incompletion.
A solid gain there, Buck, but still 3rd down is short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our first quarter. The Steelers have played to an early lead. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They'll be set up with 3rd and only 1.
Kill. 26.
Looking for the marker with Williams. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
He connects downfield. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys take a second quarter lead.
Quarterback receiver,
Indianapolis push their lead to 3. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Johnson now on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. First and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards. Don't see the hurry up here.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
On
second.
second down, Warren gets it again. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
They'll air it out on third. Has him on the quick hitter. He's out in the clear. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's good.
First down from the 42.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. And he has 7 on that run as we're down to the 2-minute warning. Seven yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Throwing this one back of the end zone. And he got it! Interception! Kicked off by Malik Hooker.
Well, they're in danger of going back to somebody who's already done damage in this game. He makes himself, well, he's a top target, but he makes himself a priority for this defense to defend, and they jumped on that opportunity.
First and 10. Here's Prescott. And the steel curtain just too much. He's taken down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
Second and 19.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
It's now third
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Third and long for him here. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 27 yards. That's good for a Cowboys first down.
On the gun, a carry by Williams. And he cuts it back right. And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys blow their lead just before halftime. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
To kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Johnson with a return here. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Here's a give inside to Gainwell. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run.
Brings up second and 7.
They stick with Gainwell. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. The Steelers calling their first time out. So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34. Again, this is Gainwell. Ooh, he made most of that one, didn't he? Give him 9 yards on that first down carry. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run.
It's second and inches.
Taking a deep shot here. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again.
2777 says, hey,
Picked
brother.
off by Malik Hooker.
What's up, sis? How you day going?
They've helped them get this early lead, Brock, and they are just continuing to do their part to try to push this game further out of reach.
Yep, stepping on the gas. That's twice in a row now. Interceptions the last two drives.
Good.
Now this offense has an opportunity to continue to build momentum and build on this lead.
They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out.
2777 says, how's the family?
Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle.
Good.
Brings up second and
Kids
Offense
with their
at the
mother.
line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. Prescott here from the gun.
2777 says, I'm in my mom's
Incomplete.
house.
No luck there.
That's all I said, huh?
Seconds remaining. Intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. That's going to leave him with a tough third and long. Looking from the pistol, Prescott. Knocked away and hits the ground, incomplete. That brings up fourth down.
I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On third down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
2777 says,
He's
God
caught.
bless
He's
you.
got Lamb. And this gets them well away from danger.
So
as
thank
he
you.
is up past their 20.
2777
Just
says,
before
in your
halftime,
family.
we get a timeout. Take it.
So thank you very much.
And this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Looking to throw. Headed out right. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Johnson now on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. First and 10. Run from Warren here to start the third. And he's going to have this out near the 40, just a little bit short of it. Looking quickly here.
17 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down.
Going to the ground again on first. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
He's going to try another deep one here. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys take possession just shy of midfield following the interception and a lengthy return.
Intercepted. The Cowboys take over first and
Line
10
come the Cowboys.
at their
Good
own
starting spot here,
46-yard
first and 10.
line.
Blitz coming down. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Intended for Ryan
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. So now it's going to be third and long.
brings up a third
Still
down
10 yards
and
to get
10
this first
yards
down
to
as
go.
they come to the line. Prescott now on third down. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Intended for
No luck finding his receiver that time.
incomplete.
So that brings up fourth and long.
Sets up fourth down.
They're going for this with Prescott. And they got home, sacked him on fourth down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Well, this play play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1.
On the handoff, here's Gainwell. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
And the Steelers first down.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's stopped right as he reaches the 10. Offense to the line fast.
It's a gain of 18. That's another Steelers.
This is Gainwell. He'll make his way through for a pick of a 4. Offense in the hurry up here.
With a 6-yard line. A 4-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and goal.
And a run here with Gainwell. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Offense in the hurry up here. Gainwell. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Steelers shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
Going after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers cut it to a field goal game.
17. Steelers 14. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. Starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 2nd down.
That run may not have gotten you a first. Sure, nice little run to set the table.
Gain of 9.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Another run for Williams. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down.
It's a gain
The
of
Steelers
18.
calling their first time out.
And the Cowboys
As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
first
New
and
set of
10
downs
at the
for him. He'll start
38-yard
at the
line.
38. Right back to Williams on first down. No repeat success of that last run as he only is able to get back to the line on this play.
Tackle made
Okay,
at
that's
the
a run that's ho-hum
38-yard
on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground
Brings
later
up
on,
2nd and
largely
9.
be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Dak off the play fake. And this one's not going to connect. Knocked away, and that failure to connect, Brock, means it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. The coverage by Joey Porter Jr.
Throw here, 3rd down. The defender was waiting for that one to make a play on it, knocked it away, forcing 4th down. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. From the right hash, 55 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll double their lead to 6.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Kenneth Gainwell now to return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 20-yard line.
So we're through 3 here. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Back north. No. Screen 18. Screen 18.
To throw is Rodgers. Look at that power, deep left side. He's got it deep downfield. Hits the 20. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers come through to tie it in the fourth. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one right down the middle. And the Steelers take the lead on that successful kick.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. 22.
Dak now from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. And to the house it goes. It's a pick six and a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Touchdown, Steelers.
Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick six.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense. And when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Boswell gets that point after the go. And the Steelers grow their lead to 8.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
46. 26.
Back to the air, Prescott after that pick. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Back to throw it. Oh no, they get it yet again. And the Steelers get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
We're watching the defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it. That's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
And he gets it on the sneak. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
The Steelers have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. Aaron Rodgers with the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to see those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak, and you look at those guys in that huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will will tell you, with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10. Shaking off the pit quickly. He's going to throw it. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. That brings up 2nd down.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
Play action, Prescott. Into the hands of Pickett. He is down to the 30-yard line. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, 1st down.
You know, Kid, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that is 5 sacks for this defense in this game as their latest brings up 2nd down.
17 at the Steelers' 37-yard line.
From the gun is Prescott. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarred loose, incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL case before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And they don't get the catch they need there. That hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it. But they turn it over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Steelers in very good shape, up by 15. Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Going deep here for the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. They're going to pass it here. He's loaded another one up. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
Okay, I think you can almost sense a little bit of a hesitant spark out there. Nobody is going to get too excited. You're still down 2 scores, but there's a little flash of hope, a little flash of optimism. Their defense just gave the offense by taking the ball away.
He's going to have this one up to about the 17-yard line. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock still running. Prescott on 1st and 10. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. Running clock adding a sense of urgency to these proceedings. Play action now for Prescott. That one's complete over the middle. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock still running. Prescott now off the play fake. Into the hands of Flannoy. 14 yards and a new set of downs. All their timeouts left, but they still need a quick score here. It's 1st and 10.
27-yard line.
First down, here's Dak. On the move, headed right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
He's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out.
Yeah, here we go.
To throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal. Offense is set. 1st and 10. Another throw for Prescott. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now they face 2nd down. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and in zone. When you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
Yeah, here we go.
Prescott to throw once more. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Not on the same page with his tight end. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Throwing again, Prescott. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. All right, so defensively you've seen 2 throws now, and you turn both of them away. That seems fairly likely you have another one coming up here on 3rd and goal.
It does, and I think defensively, now you've really got to protect against the QB extending the play. And after a couple incompletions, Kate, you know as a quarterback, if it's not there right away, I better be creative to try to find 6.
So a bit stubborn there, Brock. They just kept throwing for it after pass fell incomplete. Now they've got 4th and goal.
Yeah, and you and I both know what's going to happen. When these old linemen run off the sidelines, big fellas, they're not going to be too happy about not putting 1 run on the board.
No, sir.
That field goal didn't do a lot on the scoreboard to make it a more attackable deficit, but it does create a sense of urgency here for this defense to get off the field.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Austin. He's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So the Steelers come in and take this on the road. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Dallas. From the automotive capital of the world, we get a look at a venue that pays homage to that industry. Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. Up next, it's our main event between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. Jake Bates now, ready to get this one started. And we're off in Detroit. Here's Cavante Turpin on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is first and 10. Prescott opening with a pass. Finds him on the crossing route. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. There it is, touchdown Dallas. The Cowboys take a 6-0 lead right away. George Pickens the touchdown. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Lions nothing. Brandon Aubrey.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Jacob Sailors now to return it. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
His first throw is an interception. Donovan Wilson picks it off. And the Cowboys take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number one. And number two, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation.
He gets a cover on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Off the play fake, hits Prescott. Connects on the crosser. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases,
And this time they're going to get to him before they get that pass away as he goes down. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the sack.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out, and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. For that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
21 yards and the first. What a call to go for it there on 4.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Dak to the air here. Here's the downfield working the left. And it'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. Straight ahead with William. And the defense holds, Brock. They catch him at the 4, and he only gets back to that line of scrimmage.
On the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now Prescott.
4-yard line.
Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. And just can't finish the play.
It's now 3rd.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
3rd and goal, Prescott. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys pull out in front further, 13-zip.
Dallas. The kicker on.
Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use them down there.
And things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would. It's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Starting at the 10. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
On the return, the Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
We go to the...
We'll start on the ground with Gibbs. Can't slip that initial tackle. The stop's made for no gain on that 1st down play.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the 1st quarter. It's the Cowboys out in front. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. They start out 2nd and 10.
180.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. They're all the way across midfield before he's brought down.
It's a gain of 23
A big play,
yards.
23 yards to move
And
those
the
chains.
Lions,
You know,
first
Kate, you'll
down.
find teams go to this crossing route
1st and 10
concept
at the
sometimes a
49-yard
dozen
line.
times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Throwing is gone. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
A gain of 41 yards on the play. That's another Detroit Lions 1st down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
On the draw, this is Gibbs. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Statement RS says, want a wager? I just got off work.
No thanks.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. We'll give up the gut to Montgomery. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions start to fight back with their 1st points of this game. David Montgomery with the touchdown. And this kick was just missed hit. It is wide left and no good. So following that missed point after, he's going to stay out there and send it away. Turpin with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
On the return, the Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Dak off the play fake. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40.
That's good.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. Stick around for more from Ford Field on its way.
And the Cowboy 1st down.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Give to Williams from the gun. Rob Fred, first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
He's tackled at
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Working from the pistol, Prescott. Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away. That's going to bring up third down.
Playing zone coverage in the NFL, we focus so much on the safeties and corners, but so many times it's the linebackers that are the X factors. They make that zone defense go. Tremendous awareness to knock that ball away.
Prescott now on third down. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up fourth. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Third down stop. They were walking off the field, but that offense, Brock, that offense didn't move. They saw roughing the passer, and they are ready to continue this drive. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. He's trying to push the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
It's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a third one's coming at some point.
Dumped off to his running back. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A loss of 1 brings up third down and
Third and long. They're going to throw. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jack Campbell with the INT. And the Lions bring the interception back beyond the 40 before the tackle is made. Well, partner, you know this one firsthand. Getting them behind the sticks really limited what the call could be on the offensive side, and no doubt helped set up that INT.
Unfortunately, I sure do. And when you're in these situations, you got to have self-talk. You really do as a quarterback. You got to tell yourself, third and long, extra long like this, protect the football. Protect the football. A punt is okay. Quarterback extra aggressive in the defense, well, they did exactly what they wanted to do. They took it from him.
He's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
Got to be a pretty good actor.
First and 10 at
Got to
the
be pretty
24-yard
good
line.
at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, and it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
To the air on 1st down. Here's Goff. Catch is made in close. And he's in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions earn the chance to tie before halftime. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. And this one thankfully not off the mark. He gets it to go.
The score, Cowboys 14, Lions 13.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Turpin with a return. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
Devontae Turpin on the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Incomplete.
That is a DB's best phrase, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Forced out to his right. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. Jack Campbell with the INT. And the Lions get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Well, that should pretty much shut down throwing his way anymore, Brock. This guy has ended each of their last 2 drives by himself with an interception.
And that's kind of the price you pay when you're playing phenomenal ball as a defender. I can remember Aaron Rodgers, primetime game, said, I'm not even throwing once, and didn't attack Richard Sherman 1 time that game.
There's Goff on 1st and 10. Screen here for Gibbs. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play sent down behind the line.
Taken down.
Now the Lions calling the timeouts. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
180!
Man in motion here. From the gun, Goff. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Deron Bland has it. And the Cowboys take possession on their second interception of the game.
You know what? With yet another interception, you know what it might be time to do, Kate? Just run the football. Run it.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. First down, here's Dak. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Kirby Joseph picks it.
Must be paying these guys a day rate, not the hourly rate, because it took them just one play to answer interception for interception. We're right back, basically, to where we were 2 snaps ago, but with a whole lot of excitement in between.
And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker. Detroit calls timeout in seconds. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Taking a shot deep here. There's another one to Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions take the lead just before halftime.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got single high or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Lions push their lead to 6.
Cowboys 14.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Turpin with a return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. One final shot before the half. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Showing a little burst so far.